Today we're going to talk about curing Pukani dry rock with muriatic acid. It's a fast way of getting it done, so you can start your tank up and it'll remove all the little crustaceans and sponges and any kind of biological material that might be in the Pukani. So it's a good way to go, even if you're planning to cure the dry rock the good old-fashioned way of putting it in a tub with a power head and letting it sit for weeks on end in the dark. That is one way of doing it, but I think actually this method with the muriatic acid is a quicker way to do it, and it's a more complete way of sterilizing the rock. So let's get going.
Today we're going to go ahead and clean some Pukani rock, dry rock from Bulk Reef Supply. I bought this Clorox from Menards. Also the muriatic acid came from Menards. You can see this Clorox is just the regular Clorox. There's no scents or anything like that to it. You wouldn't want that. Muriatic acid, just your basic muriatic acid. And then this is Dechlorinator that I found I needed to use that at the end of the process. So buy these three chemicals. It's not expensive at all. I think the muriatic acid was about $4.50. The Clorox is probably $3 something, and not sure what the Dechlor was. Well, none of it was expensive though, and this will do the job. Now you're going to need 10% solution with water of the muriatic acid, and you also need 10% solution with the Clorox when you're with the Dechlor. I didn't really measure it, but I used for probably I had about 25 gallons of water. I used a pretty goodly amount of this stuff. I probably used that much out of the bottle down to, sorry, I used about down to there on the bottle, so I used quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and show you how to do this.
So go ahead and mix 10% bleach solution with tap water and soak your rock for 24 hours. Then switch it out for another fresh water and pour the acid into the water. Never pour the water into the acid, and it's going to foam up pretty good. I wore eye and hand, and I also wore a mask for lung protection. I have asthma, so it gets pretty stinky. You can see it foams up pretty good. You know, when you're putting it in, it's going to really bubble over, and I made the mistake of doing it inside the garage on the apron there, and that turned white and has never really gone back to its original cement color. So if you want to, you know, this is used to clean your garage floor, so you know, you could do your whole garage with this stuff and really make a nice looking cement floor.
Okay, so we're gonna.
So when you want to neutralize this, add some baking soda to it, and it'll neutralize it pretty well. I just sprinkle it on top, and this is after it was done fermenting, so the bubbling had completely subsided. You can see I've got it cleaned up there. Now the calcium in the live rock has the same effect on the muriatic acid. That's why it's bubbling over like that. But you know, when it's doing that, it's also melting away your rock. So you know, I didn't want to leave that in there too long because you'll see when we look at the rock afterwards, it does melt some pretty goodly amount of rock away as it's doing its work.
It's been about yeehaw.
You can see the baking soda makes it ferment just as the calcium in the rock did to the muriatic acid. You do get another little fermenting event when you put in the baking soda, but it does settle it back pretty fast. There's some other things in baking soda that you can see as I'm putting it on here. The foam head is kind of melting away.
Okay. See that green spot there? I don't know what that is. Looks like some ancient sponge or something came off of it, but it's kind of interesting.
Here I've hosed off each piece with the garden hose, and then I'm dipping it into clean water to make sure that it's completely free of any biological stuff that came off it and the acid that was on it, and that just makes sure that the stuff is free of all chemicals. Now I've dumped quite a bit of baking soda into this tub of material here, and the acid is completely neutralized at this point. What I'm pouring out is just calcium. It's from the and the baking soda too, and it's just completely neutralized. So it's okay to go ahead and dump this down the drain. You know, calcium isn't going to hurt anything. Neighbors might freak out a little bit, but it's okay.
Rinse that down with the hose. So when I stake this rock together, I'll use those little pieces to
Well, here you can see the rock. You know, it's some of it is melted away. There's quite a few extra spaces in there that weren't there before. The pores have gotten larger, which is helpful for sticking corals in the holes and the various crevices in the rock. I think it's actually a benefit to have done.
I think we're done. I've rinsed it twice in the bucket there, and looking pretty good now. It smells fresh. I don't see any telltale signs of life or anything, but you can see there is some, there's some spots, there's some color. This yellow spot right there. I don't know what that is. I saw a couple of little red spots too, and that's green right there, which is bizarre. But this definitely took some of the rock away. You can see right here it's super thin right there. But still cool looking rock. And I'm hoping this will solve the problem.
So I still went ahead and soaked the rock overnight 2 times in fresh water to get rid of it. It had a little bit of a bleach smell, and so I used that Dechlorinator to get rid of that. Here it is in the tank. I seeded it with some actual live rock that I had in another tank. Those are the purple pieces on top, and you can see here after about a month it's starting to get a few little purple specks on it. Now the tank cycled really quickly to get to this, and you can see how white the rock is now, and I did go through a brown algae bloom. Now here it is 9 months later. Everything's purple. The rock is almost 100% purple now. Never really had leaching phosphates or any problems with phosphates in the tank over the first 9 months. There was some bryopsis for a while. I think that came in on a coral, but it's never really been a problem. This seems to be the right method. So thanks for watching our Cyclone Reef episode 2, curing Pukani dry rock, and subscribe to our channel for future videos. Thanks.